Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we're reviewing episode 200 of Boruto Naruto The Next Generations. And this episode was pretty cool. I liked it. I like that we're slowing down now, and there's tons of stuff that we can talk about in this episode. Literally tons. And let's get right into it. So the episode begins with Boro getting maintenance from the so Boro's getting maintenance on, and then everybody's wondering like, yo, what's up with Delta? Like, Delta, she went on a mission with Kashin Koji. Is she back yet? And her disc thing comes back, and this is pretty interesting because not only does it come back, but he goes, oh, she's back already. At first, my first thought was, wouldn't you guys be concerned that it's only her disc that's coming back? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, wait, is there something you're not telling us? Is there something we don't know? And it's kind of confirmed when her body comes back to life. Like, they have like replicas of her. So that gets me thinking, is Delta truly human? Is she full human? She might be like an android or a scientific ninja tool herself, because, or what if she's like one of the what is it? What's that guy's name from the Naruto, the last movie? Tony Torimaru, something like that. No, what the fuck is his name? You know I'm talking about, the dude with the puppets. That the dude with the puppets, not the sand puppet dude. I'm talking about the bad guy from Naruto, the last movie. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Do you guys think that's what Delta is? You think she's a puppet? Like, that's why she's... But then she's got her own feelings, and she's actually pretty... Whatever the point is. Delta's alive. We saw her self-destruct one body. She has another one that carries on the same memory, the same... like, literally, she just uploaded herself into a new body. That's fucking insane. So Delta's back. Just when I thought she was dead, she's back again. And not just that, she's pissed off about losing to Naruto, to the fact that when Boro like teases her, she's like close to fucking him up. Great scenes, definitely great scenes. If I'm all over the place, because I want to talk about the car stuff first before I even talk about the slice of life parts of this episode, because the car stuff is really what made this episode, I want to say, just a bit more interesting, which was seeing how they all communicate with each other. So she goes into a room, and after she's done fighting with Boro, like, Code's there and all this, and she's discussing with the whole group about, like, you know, she's even pissed at Amato. She's like, bro, if you just do your fucking job, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it is crazy. I am like shocked. But to see her like just brief down to the whole crew what's going on is interesting, because at first she tells everybody like, yo, like, where's Koji at? And like, Koji's still chilling over there. And she's like, oh, well, since Delta failed, does that mean I should go? And Code is about that life, bro. Code just wants to go in there and handle. And everybody's like, no. We gotta play it safe. We still got a man inside who's watching him. He's like, well, why is he watching him? He should have retrieved him. And he said, because it got interesting, because guess what? We got two vessels there. And now we're kind of confirmed what the karma mark is. It's a vessel left over by Tsutsuki. Because when when she says, yeah, like, this Hokage's son, hold on, what the fuck? The Hokage's son has a karma seal too, and it resonates with Kawaki's, and they're already still kind of pissed that Kawaki lost his arm and stuff. And she's like, what the fuck? Because it seems like they all somewhat trained, or at least like consider Kawaki that important, of course, but like they somewhat all trained Kawaki, and it's so out of character for the fact that it's just out of character, the fact that he took the shot for Himawari, and they're like, why would he do that? That's stupid. Like, that doesn't make any logistical sense. Why would you do that? It's very interesting. I'm loving how we're getting some more input from all the other car members on these very actions, because to them that just seems illogical. Why would you risk your life? You know, like, what the fuck are you doing? It's so interesting. I'm really digging what we're getting from these episodes. So Not only do we have that going on, we get more somewhat more info with the whole karma seal in general when Jigen comes in, interrupts them, and goes, "You don't say." It looks like Momoshiki left. He was able to make himself a vessel, and it seems like they were on top of it. Kara has been on top of this whole thing. Even when Momoshiki came down, they were like, "No, we checked both Sasuke and Naruto Uzumaki to see if they had the karma seal. They don't have a karma seal." And he's like, "Well, Boruto Uzumaki does." And then they're like, "Interesting." And that's usually that's what the episode ends for the car part, at least, where they're just very interested in the fact that there's two vessels now. They have two people with karma seals that are ready to go. Well, not kind of Jigen also has one, but they're all like, interesting. That's interesting. That's a new interesting information that's gonna probably be the reason why not only do they want Kawaki, but they want Boruto as well. Now, jumping over to the Konoha side of the story, it's very much Naruto getting Kawaki prepped for a replacement, and it's really cool that in order for the replacement arm to work for Kawaki, Naruto has to he touches it. He touches it, and he infuses his chakra into it, because that arm was specifically designed for Naruto, and it gives Kawaki the ability to move it around and stuff. So he has his arm, and I think it's really sweet and tender how they're kind of saying, like, in a way that's Naruto's way of saying, like, or this is the showrunner's way of saying, like, you know, like, although we're not blood related, like, a piece of me, like, you have a piece of me with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's his way of saying, like, you're kind of like part of the family. And that's even further elaborated on when Kawaki's like, can you teach me ninjutsu so I don't fucking hold you guys back anymore? And he's like, "Bro, I got you." And then he asks the big question, is like, "Bro, why do you go so too much extremes for me? Like, I'm draining your chakra, because in order for the arm to work, it's draining Naruto's chakra." And he's like, "In order for this arm to work, you're draining my chakra. Like, I'm draining your chakra. Like, why you go so far from me?" And Naruto kind of says, "Dude, you remind me of me when I was a kid." And Kawaki is really quick to kind of brush it off and be like, "Yeah, but you grew up to be the Hokage." Like, it's kind of like how Boruto was very dismissive of his dad. He didn't know the struggles that his dad went through. And I feel like this is the journey for Kawaki to kind of slowly learn the lesson that Boruto himself had to learn early on, which is, looks can be deceiving. Along with those matters, he wants to be trained in ninjutsu, and to Shikamaru and a good amount of the Leaf, he is worried. He's like, "Bro, the fact that a cart member infiltrated the village, like, to get him, shows why we can't have him in the village." Shikamaru is really making a big stance about how, like, it's very dangerous to have him in the village. Now it's until they realize that they're going to be coming for both Boruto and Kawaki, it's going to be double dangerous. It's going to get more insane. It's going to get even harder. So Naruto again reinforces the fact that, like, he's got this, and that he'll make sure that they're taken care of, and he's not going to let these kids be sorry, I keep looking at my phone. He's not going to let these kids be taken advantage of, or, like, at least taken away. It's definitely called. Shikamaru does implore Konohamaru, like, "Look, if this man acts out, if this kid acts any different, put him down. Do not hesitate. Like, I'm not as trusting as Naruto." And it goes to show, like, the relationship that's kind of being uprooted from Shikamaru and Naruto's decisions on these matters. It's just that Shikamaru is more like, he's more logistical in the sense where he's like, "Why, we're not gonna go far and beyond for this. We have to actually be taking these, countermeasures and these procedures to keep this kind of stuff from happening." Konohamaru of course agrees, but it's just an interesting, like, this is like two opposing opinions about, like, what's gonna happen. Interesting, very interesting. We do get some fun moments in this episode with the training. We get, like, the training montages of Naruto trying to teach Kawaki, who constantly uses the karma seal, but they're trying to teach him how to use chakra instead of relying on his ninja tech. Along with that, we also get a side story of Sarada, who's getting her Chidori training for the first time, and she's learning how to she's learning the benefits and the faults of the Chidori technique, who taught him to it, and exactly, it's just so fun. I love these little training arcs, even though, like, it doesn't feel like they're training for a specific reason. But I do like the idea of them adding more moves into their repertoire. I think it just makes that feel the character has more than one trick up their bag. You know what I'm saying? The Kawaki moment's amazing. Seeing him fix the vase is like with one arm it's very interesting. It's very interesting, the fact that it's him just not giving up on himself. It's him showing that there's a better path that he can do, and I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling that whole vase comparison to himself. There's also little fun moments, like again when they're going to the card shop and Boruto has the worst luck of the draw where all of the cards he gets are Lord 7th, but for Kawaki he gets Lord 4th, and he goes, here, I'll trade with you. Like, I mean, I don't know nothing of the 4th Hokage, but I do know the 7th, so I want the 7th card. And it's kind of like, in a way, like it's just painting him more sociable and him like making the effort to make friends despite his rude attitude after. Like, it is so much of a big brother feeling I can get from Boruto, is like he has this older, more stoic brother, and he's not little broing him, but in a sense he is. It's very different to the brother relationship between Itachi and Sasuke, for the sole reason that Itachi was a lot older than Sasuke. With this one, they're closer in age, so it does feel like this like sibling rivalry, especially when your sibling is like really close to your age. You're constantly competitive. But yeah, it's definitely fun to see them, and Naruto's just enjoying seeing his, like, basically his new sons just getting along and slowly progressing. My favorite part of this episode, though, something that I did not expect, that threw me for a fucking loop, is the ending of this episode, where as Kawaki's putting the vase together and Naruto's asleep, he's going to leave the room to like get, I guess, another piece, or look outside of the house to see if there's another piece, because the water keeps leaking from the vase. Obviously it's cracked, so my whole perspective was, at that point, I would have just put like a thin coat of like plastic wrap on it to keep the water from leaking. Would that have worked? I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below if you think that would work. But Kurama shows up, dude. Kurama shows up. I was like, what? Kurama's here? And I was just shocked to see Kurama say, hey boy, sit your ass down. You don't leave Naruto's side. I was like, what? Kurama's showing himself to Kawaki, and I'm trying to think how does he show himself to Kawaki? I'm still not like 100% in the know-how, because I know for a fact the reason why Sasuke or Shin Uchiha and a bunch of the Uchihas could see Kurama is because their dojutsu, the Sharingan, will allow them to peep into, like, see, they would allow them to see into that dimension. But Kawaki doesn't have dojutsus, so is he communicating him through the pure chakra? I have no idea yet. I'm still confused, but yeah, that whole ending scene had me shook, man. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it was so cool. Oh my lord, yeah. But this episode is, honestly, it's a I'm gonna give it a B. It's like a B minus, really, but I'm just gonna give it 8 out of 10. It was fun. It was cool. I like that we're getting more information, that Kara is really shocked that they have a new vessel. That's one big thing I'm really taking away from this, that Kara is really shocked that there's another vessel they can use. It's Momoshiki's vessel, but they could still use him. They're still going to capture him. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but they still want that vessel. They still want Kawaki, and there's a new Delta, literally reprogrammed. I didn't know this. I think in the manga, I'm going to say that they confirmed that she was dead, but the anime might be setting up different stuff, because again, like, the anime is really close to like the manga, and I'm guessing they're going to take little, like, they're going to use a lot of the material that's in the manga and stretch it out, so that way they don't rush to it too quickly. But yeah, guys, this episode was a good B minus episode. I liked it a lot. I liked it. It was cute. It was cool. But that's gonna be it for the video, man. It's your boy Poppy Wolf saying peace out, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so hit that subscribe button, and do me a favor, smash that like button as well. Let's get this up to like 10 likes. I know it's a small little goal, but you gotta start small and you gotta go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? All right, peace and love. Adios.